Hi, I'm Beth from My Tutoring Bee, and in this video we're going to be talking about percentages. This is part 3 of 3 where we are going to find the percent from the part and total. So I have a couple examples for us. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, our first question is, what percentage is 22.68 of 54? Now, I really like to use this method where we have a proportion of two fractions set equal to each other. In our fractions, we've got the percentage over 100 equal to the part over the total. Now I have the words is and of written here. Those typically help students to figure out which numbers are the part and which numbers are the total. Sometimes it's hard to tell depending on how the wording is, but typically whatever number goes with the part is going to be with the word is, and whatever number is with the word of is going to be the total. So that's going to be in the denominator. Let's go ahead and set up our proportion here. So we've always got our fraction over 100 equal to another fraction. And let's see what the question is. Let's read it one more time. What percentage? So that tells us that they're asking for the percentage. We don't know what this number over 100 is yet. So that's where we're going to put our variable. I'm going to use X for this one. Is 22.68 of 54. So the is the numerator, that's the part, and of is the denominator, that's the total. So now we need to just cross multiply, that's our second step. So x times 54 is 54x, and then 100 times 22.68, whenever we're multiplying by 100, we can take that decimal and move it 2 spaces to the right. It's going to go there at the end of the number. So that's going to equal 2,268. So now we have this equation set up, 54x equals 2,268. Our next step is to solve for x by dividing. So we're going to divide by 54 and divide by 54 on both sides of the equation. Okay, let's go ahead and see what this is. 54 cannot go into 2, cannot go into 22, can go into 226. Let's see, 54 is about 50 and 226 is about 200. So I know that 2 50s can go into 100, so 4 50s can go into 200. Let's see what that is. Let's see what 54 times 4 is. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20 plus the 1, 21. Okay, that's going to fit, and we can't get another 54 out of there. So 4, and then 216 goes here, and then let's subtract, bring down our 8. Let's see, 54, again, we've kind of got that, this is close to 100, and this is close to 50, so I think it's going to be 2. 54 times 2, that's going to be 8, that's going to be 10, perfect. So 108, that comes out evenly there. So then that means that our percentage, this missing number, is 42%. Let's take a look at our next problem. It's a word problem. So we've got Jax borrowed $786 from the bank. When she pays it back, she has to pay an extra $55.02 in interest. What percentage is Jack's interest rate? Now we are assuming that this is simple interest on this particular problem, so we just are trying to find the percentage on this amount of money, 786, if she's paying $55.02. So let's go ahead and set up our proportion here. We've always got that fraction over 100 equal to another fraction. Again, what percentage? So we don't know what the percentage is, so we're going to put our variable there. She borrowed $786, so that's the total amount that she borrowed, but then she's going to have to pay back this $55.02. So that's the part. That is the part that is calculated using that percentage for her interest rate. So let's go ahead and go to step 2 and cross multiply. So we've got x times 786, that's just 786x, equals 100 times 55.02. Again, we're going to take that decimal, moved over 2 decimal places to the right, so we get 5,502. Now we just need to divide by 786, divide by 786. All right, so I've got my division problem set up here. 786 cannot go into 5, cannot go into 55, cannot go into 550. So we're just going to have to figure out, this is going to be a single digit answer unless we have a decimal. So let's figure out how many times 786 can go into 5,502. So I'm going to use some estimating here. 786 is pretty close to 800. 8 can go into 55 almost 8 times, but it's probably going to be 7 times. So let's see what 786 times 7 is going to be. So 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 8 is 56 plus 4 more is 60. 7 times 7 is 49 plus 6 is 55. Look at that. It goes in perfectly right there. That comes out to 0. So then our missing number here is 7%. That is Jack's interest rate. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful for you. Like I said at the beginning, this is part 3 of 3 dealing with percentages specifically. I have 2 other videos where we find the total given the part and the percentage. And then I have another video where we are finding the part given the percentage and the total. This is also part of my pre-algebra series. So if you check out the link below, you'll find a ton of videos that go over all of the different skills that you might see in a typical pre-algebra class. So check that out. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. That does help me to continue making these videos, and I'll see you next time.